Ang malaking event na yan, kasama natin ang veteranong boxing analyst na si Ronnie Nathanielsz. Ronnie, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us in the score.
Gabi po.
Last time nag-guest ka namin, telepono lang. So we're honored with your presence. Salamat. Okay, so for the first time ever, and probably something that few people dreamed of, that we'll see a Pacquiao and Donaire on the same fight card. Anong naging unang reaction mo na nadinig mo tong balitang to?
I was very happy. Kasi alam mo si Nonito Donaire and Rachel have been dying to be on the same card as Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
And then I had a long talk with Rachel early this morning, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And she said Nonito was proud, privileged, and very happy that he gets this chance. Kasi sinabi niya, he owes Manny Pacquiao a lot. In fact, all Filipino boxers owe Manny Pacquiao a lot.
Yeah.
And so to help in this promotion, if he can add a couple of tickets, a couple of fans, it will help because let's be honest, Vargas Pacquiao was not a major attraction.
Right.
Okay, let's face it. Now Bob Arum, with a stroke of genius and some help from Rachel, decided to bring in Nonito Donaire.
Okay.
That lifts the value of the card completely because two Filipinos against two Americans with Mexican heritage, that's a big deal.
That should go crazy. Okay, so well, first talk about that angle of why did HBO not pick up Manny Pacquiao again this time around when we've all been so used to seeing, you know, Manny under the HBO fight cards?
Very simple. If it was Crawford, they would have probably picked it up.
Okay.
They think Vargas is a much easier fight, as Jeff Mayweather said. Pacquiao picked the easier fight because he doesn't want to go out a loser, which is fair enough. I mean, that's a sensible thing to do.
Okay.
And with Andre Ward having a fight coming up not very much after that.
Right. That's under HBO.
Yeah, and Andre Ward is an American fighter. They're promoting as a pound-for-pound prospect. See, so naturally they will go with him. And let's face it, Manny Pacquiao has seen better days.
Okay.
His attraction, his allure has faded.
Okay.
And he's still good. No question about it. He's still an attractive fighter. He's still a heavy puncher. Moves very well. He's got charisma. But that's not enough. That's not enough. Now, if they knew that Donaire was on the same card, it would have changed the story.
Yeah,
would have been a different story.
Okay. Well, how does that work out now? I mean, for you know, the two fighters together in the same card, Bob Arum himself said that he's excited to see the Filipinos pack the rafters. He's got about 6,000 seats there in the upper section, only
for $50.
Only $50 a ticket. And he even said on record that they normally come here to Vegas just to be in the atmosphere and yet only have a chance to watch it on a closed circuit parties. But now he's expecting to fill up the crowd. So talk a bit about that and how Arum put that thing together and, you know, sort of pulling a rabbit out of his hat.
To be honest with you, I think he was pressured by Rachel and Nonito. They've always wanted this fight. And to them, this was the best opportunity.
Best time, exactly.
Best time to force Arum to give in to their request. Because Arum used to say before, to me many times, why will I put Donaire on a Pacquiao card when he won't sell one extra ticket? Pacquiao draws the crowd, but not anymore. Not like he used to. So therefore, you put Donaire on that card, it doesn't cost him very much more money because the return on that investment would be worthwhile.
Okay. Has Manny or Manny's camp said anything about this in terms of how Arum made this decision?
No, I haven't heard. I haven't heard. Maybe you should ask Diane.
So far, you know, no viral reactions.
No.
Being in this particular
because
setup.
Manny, you know, Manny is sensible enough to realize that he's not the kind of attraction he was before.
Okay.
And to buttress his earnings, to improve his earnings on pay-per-view, wherever they put it, Donaire should help. Donaire should help bring in the people who will watch.
Okay, let's talk about the boxing, of course. They're both fighting guys named Jesse. One is Jesse Vargas, one is Jesse Magdaleno.
But wasn't Jesse shot?
There's another Jesse. But anyway, so talk about Manny's Jesse. I mean, you said right off the bat that he's not an attractive fighter, you know, opponent for Manny Pacquiao. Should be the easy route. But how easy is it? I mean, Manny defended it by saying, hey, he's the champion. You got to fight the champion. You got to get another belt.
He's a champion. He almost knocked, his only loss was to Timothy Bradley.
Okay.
But he almost knocked him out in the last round until referee Pat Russell decided to stop the fight 10 seconds before it ended.
Okay.
In the final round, when Bradley was totally out of it. And he thought the clapper was the bell. And so he stopped the fight. And that's why Vargas lost, has one loss.
He could have knocked out Bradley.
He could have knocked out Bradley because Bradley was in bad shape.
So that should say something about him. I mean, people are saying that Bradley obviously lost handily. Manny beat him handily last time around. So the fact that Bradley beat Vargas easily, for most people's minds, it equates that Manny can easily dominate Vargas. But how competitive can Vargas really be with Bradley?
Well, he's 10 years younger than Manny Pacquiao. That's one thing. Okay. And if he fights at a distance, stays out of inside pocket fighting with Manny Pacquiao, he has better than even chance, I guess, of beating Manny on points. But I don't see how he can do that.
But can he take the power of Manny? Once Manny starts connecting, can he face anybody with that kind of power?
No, Manny is a little too, punches too hard, moves too well, and has got too much speed for Jesse Vargas.
All right. Now, the other Jesse, of course, will be Jesse Magdaleno fighting Nonito Donaire. This should be more interesting. I mean, Nonito's defending his belt, the WBO Super Bantamweight he got against Cesar Juarez. But it's been a while since he last fought. So, how does this work in favor of Nonito in terms of fighting this fighter?
Well, the first problem is, can Jesse Magdaleno make the weight?
Okay.
All his 5 or 6 fights before then, he fought as a featherweight.
Okay.
He couldn't make the 122-pound limit. So that's the problem now, whether he's willing to bring down or come down to 122 pounds to face Pacquiao. Because I understand they're trying to insert a clause in his contract where he would probably have to pay a fine if he's above
the weight
limit. And it could be a substantial amount of money. Now, whether he agreed to that, God only knows.
Okay, but nonetheless, I mean, you've seen the Filipino crowd in the US. I mean, the past few Pinoy Pride events have been a great reception for the Filipinos out there. What will it be like for them to anticipate a Donaire Pacquiao fight card?
This is great anticipation. Now, my only concern is that who is going to cover it? Because Donaire is with ABS-CBN, Pacquiao is with Solar. And my Kissinger mentality tells me they should get together and do the fight.
His idea, your idea, we heard it first from you.
and do the fight, because let's face it, you got everything going for ABS-CBN.
Thank you.
Solar, I mean, they're nice people. The last time I talked to them, they're nice people. But, you have certainly an advantage. And if you do it together, the Filipino fight fans will benefit.
Could be. I mean, the marriage worked with the NBA, right?
Yes, it worked with the NBA.
So
yes,
we'll see.
And then you did in the last fight of Pacquiao.
That's right. When all networks aired it. Thanks to Solar's help. All right. Well, we'll be talking more about this as the time approaches, and of course, the big press conference going to have first week of September for Manny up there in Los Angeles. So we'll see you again, Ronnie. Thanks for joining us. Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.